individuals are still...
Shalom, Yasha Allah. It's brother Mapathak. That'd be key, but in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. And this is gonna be a quick video. I just want to go into this this video dealing with the mass shooting that happened this morning, July 4th, which is so-called Independence Day for Babylon the Great, right? Which is known today as America, right? And I just want to dive into this thing, and Lord willing, through the Spirit, if it be according to the Lord's will, we bring out some precepts. But I want to just go into this mass shooting that occurred this morning, right? So I'm gonna play the video.
Urged to shelter in place at this time. Highland Park Police and numerous federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies are searching for the suspect. The suspect is currently described as a male white, approximately 18 to 20 years old, with longer black.
And it's to the point where, and it's just me just through the Spirit, right? It almost seems as if how you had the shooting where I'm from in Buffalo, you know, and you had this a white male around the same, well, which was the same age, 18 years old, and he shot up the Tops, right? A mass shooting at Tops. It's almost like as if this thing is all ran by what's the words I'm looking for? Or I should just say the elite, right? As if these young Edomites are being sent out and programmed by the elite to do these things. You know, they're all around the same age, right? And it just keeps occurring back to back. If I'm not mistaken, they actually said just today it was like 3 or 4 mass shootings. You know, this isn't the only one, right? So you have these different white males just doing a bunch of mass shootings. And the one in Buffalo, he actually recorded it and recorded it live. You know, that's just how I see it, just through the Spirit. I feel as if these things have to be planned, right? And it's a bigger agenda behind these shootings that's going on. You know,
a small build and wearing a white or blue t-shirt. A firearm has been recovered from the scene. We have secured the perimeter around downtown Highland Park and are continuing our searches. At this time, 24 people have been transported to Highland Park Hospital. 6 are confirmed deceased. Anyone with video, photos, or other evidence are urged to contact Highland Park Police Public Safety.
So they say it's I believe it's over like 25 or 26 that were injured, and you have 6 that were killed on the scene. You know, and you know, as time goes on, the information might change, right? It might be more that ends up dead, right? More that end up injured, you know.
Dispatch at 847-432-7730. We will provide a tip line.
And Salakia, I want to get a precept as well. Let's go to Matthew, the 12th chapter, and verse 25. It says, "And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation." And this is supposed to be the day where they celebrate the independence of their country, of their nation, right, of their kingdom. But yet you have a so-called white male shooting up a parade full of other so-called white people, you know, a parade full of Edomites. You see? And I'm led to believe it was a majority Edomites. I'm not sure. They didn't give the information on who got shot and whatnot. So I'm not sure if it was Jake involved. But from the footage that I've seen, it was majority a bunch of Edomites. You know, and you have another Edomite shooting into a crowd full of Edomites. So that's a nation being divided against itself. You see? And it says, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And we know we're watching the fall of great Babylon. You know, we're watching the fall of America right before our eyes. We're seeing it collapse right before it's ultimately plagued and destroyed by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai when he sends down Yahushai and the angels. So it says, "And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand," right? And the house of Esau is divided against itself, meaning they can't stand. You see, so we're watching the fall of this nation. And I'm gonna read the next verse as well. It says, "And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself." And that's kind of what we see going on, right? You have Satan trying to cast out Satan, right? You have these different Edomites going to war with one another, right? Destroying one another. It says, "How shall then this kingdom stand?" Right? And this kingdom isn't going to stand. That's the whole point, right? We're watching the fall of America, the fall of Babylon, you know?
Information will be in short
And real
order.
quick, I spoke on it. I believe, let me see something real fast. Mass shootings today. I believe I just read in the article that it was actually more than one. Okay, this is good. Here. You see this? It was 4 mass shootings just today. Right? Well, I guess what they would call mass shootings. Just today, you had one in Virginia. You know, you had two in Illinois, one in Chicago, one in Highland Park. And you had one in Missouri. You see? And there were 6 killed in the one that we're speaking about now, the one in Highland Park. And there were none killed in the other ones, but it was a few injured. But the point is, hey, the Lord is visiting the earth. You know, and this is wild, right? All of these mass shootings just in the last few days. Right? You had 3 2 days ago, you had 3 yesterday, and you had 4 today, and you had a major one, which is the one we're going into on Highland Park. You see?
This morning at 10:14, our community was terrorized by an act of violence that has shaken us.
And Salaki, just through the spirit, Salaki, if I keep stopping the video, but I want to touch on this point as well, where I said it's almost as if you have elites or somebody with higher power that's setting up these young Edomites to do these shootings to cause chaos, because you have to understand what to usher in this one world government, right? This new world order that Esau wants to usher in, they have to cause chaos on the earth, right? That's why they do the things like Roe v. Wade, right? They don't like I touched on this in another video. They don't really care about whether or not people abort babies and kill babies and things of that matter, but they understand that these things cause uproars, and that's what Esau they want to do in these last days, is to cause uproars on the earth, to cause chaos on the earth. You see, and to usher in the new world order, because that's a big part of Esau's agenda, is order out of chaos. So, and this just goes back to the point that I'm bringing out with why they would set up these men to do these different mass shootings. You see, to shoot into crowds and things like that, to cause fear on the earth, to cause fear, to instill fear into the people, right? And ultimately, it leads to them being able to do things like usher in a martial law, right? Things of that matter, and that's how they're going to bring in that new world order through chaos. They need chaos to be manifested upon the earth, and that's how they're going to bring forth that new world order, right? It's called order out of chaos, and if you don't know what that is, just do a little research, you know. And let me bring out a quick scripture in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. And this is 2nd Ezra 9 and verse. The whole thing is good. I'm gonna start from 1. It says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest the part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before." And that's what a man of the Lord is supposed to do, is to measure the time diligently in itself, meaning pay attention to the current events, pay attention to what's going on in the world, and align it with the scriptures. You see? And it says, "Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." And that's what we can see, that the Lord is visiting the world. How do we know this? Through measuring the times diligently in itself, right? And Yahweh Shai also touched on this as well in Matthew the 16th chapter. Let's get this real fast and we're going to go back. This is Matthew 16 and verse, I'm going to read verse 2. It says, "He answered and said unto them, When it is evening, ye say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning, it It will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? Right? So we're supposed to be able to discern the signs of the times, right? By paying attention to what's going on in the world. Right? So going back to 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, I'm gonna read verse 3. This is the point I actually wanted, is verse 3. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and this is what Esau wants to cause, is the uproars of the people, right? This is the only way they can possibly gain that control that they actually want. They need all hell to break loose so they can come in and play the role of the Messiah, you know, with that new world order, right? And ultimately to usher in that their plans. And one of the major things they want to do is usher in the MOTB, which we know to be the RFID chip. You know, just gonna say it, Lord willing. The channel doesn't get striked or anything of that matter, but hey, we're just gonna say it, right? The chip, that's what they want to usher in. It says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, right? So the point I wanted from here is that they want, it's going to be a lot of uproars on the earth in the last days, and that's what is going to be caused by Esau, right? So and that's why through the Spirit I'm led to believe that Esau is actually staging these shootings. You see? So I want to go back into the video.
To our core, our hearts go out to the families of the victims during this devastating time. On a day that we came together to celebrate community and freedom, we're instead mourning the tragic loss of life and struggling with the terror that was brought upon us. While we've all felt the burden of this terrible act, I want to pause and thank the first responders who ran towards the danger to render aid during this active shooter situation. We saw individuals who responded selflessly and put themselves at risk to save others. We've had an outpouring of support from federal, state, county, and fellow municipalities of resources and offers of condolences and concern, and we will avail ourselves of everything that they offer to us immediately. At this point, we know that 6 people have lost their lives, and we are grieving for them and their families, members of our community who came out to celebrate together and instead faced this terror. Another 24 have been transported to the hospital. Multiple agencies, including the FBI and state police, are working with our local authorities, and the governor has offered his full support. What we know at this time is this is an active situation, and we urge everyone to remain indoors and be on high alert but remain calm. Please contact your loved ones and ensure that they're safe, and let them know that you're safe as well. This situation, as you know, is evolving rapidly, and we will continue to update you as we gain information and stabilize the situation. Thank you.
So from a scene management perspective, at this point, it is still a very active scene. Highland Park Police Department is leading this investigation, as well as the apprehension efforts into the offender involved here. As the mayor said, as the commander said, we're asking everybody to stay indoors, stay vigilant right now. This person is not identified. By all means, at this point, this appears to be completely random. So with that, there have been questions that have been coming in. Are events safe tonight? That's up to each individual community to assess on their own, make that determination. But no, this person is not yet in custody. We have hundreds of police officers out here, as the mayor said, from the FBI, the state police, other federal agencies. We have SWAT teams that are going door to door as well. Anybody with any video surveillance is strongly encouraged to contact the Highland Park Police Department so we can take a look at that and it can be useful in our investigation.
Right, so they still haven't found the shooter, right? And I don't want this video to be too long. I just wanted to touch on it. So ultimately, we know it's all of the Most High, right? And the Most High isn't dealing with America's so-called Independence Day, you know? So whether it's set up by the elite or things of that matter, we understand that even the elite are controlled by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. So the Lord caused this thing to happen on a deeper level. So I'm going to bring this out in Isaiah the 45th chapter, in verse 7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. So when evils happen on the earth, it's all of the Lord, you know. It says, I, the Lord, do all these things, right? Hey, so the Lord does these things, man. And the Lord isn't dealing with Babylon, right? The Lord isn't dealing with them celebrating and being proud about the independence, the so-called independence of this damn country, man. The Lord isn't dealing with it, you know? And I wanted to get it one more before I close out, because ultimately we're just seeing the fall of this nation, man. And it's a beautiful thing, actually. So this is Isaiah 47 and verse 1. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, right? And it says, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, right? And the Lord said, come down and sit in the dust. Meaning, though right now they're in the highest state, right? They're the greatest nation on this earth, you know, as far as power and on a carnal level, right? The Lord is going to bring them down low, and that's what we're slowly seeing this thing happen. You see, and I'm gonna end it with that. Lord willing, this is edifying, right? Lord willing, brothers and sisters got the understanding thereof, right? I want to give all praise to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, right? And shalom.